A little bit. Huh?
Chase
You wanna
wants
talk
me.
about your new
Today?
monitor.
Yeah.
What kind of
Right now.
monitor?
Right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
banter.
What kind of
I got
monitor?
a BenQ Zoe, 27 inch. It's fucking nice,
The
dude.
TV? Or for
No, it's a monitor
Oh,
for
it's a
the
monitor.
Xbox.
Oh, okay. See, I don't know.
Dude, so as soon as I put it on, I made the adjustments, made some color adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
Picture doesn't look bad. Color don't look bad, you know? But immediately, man, game playing, you could tell right away
Yeah.
how just smooth it was. And I was just like right on people, dude. And like my very first game, won championship with like 7 kills. And I was like, oh, shit. All right. And then the next 2 games after that, my teammates died right away. And I went all the way to second place by myself with like 6 or 7 kills. And then I think I even sent you a picture of one of them.
Yeah.
And I was solo, and I was like, look at when my teammates died, dude. And I was just it was just crazy, man. It's just like really, really good.
It's crazy how big of a jump it is.
Fuck yeah, man. I would have never thought. And then being that close, now I'm hardwired into my controller.
Mm-hmm.
So now that's even making a bigger, like, so basically I had to slow down all my controls, everything. I used to have my settings on a 4.4, and now I have my just my free look at a 3, and then my ADS look at a 2.
I don't know how you play that slow. I bump my shit up.
I can't go that fast, dude. I had to slow mine down.
Yeah.
If you don't play higher than that,
Yeah, I do.
what are you playing at?
I think it's like 5.5 right now.
I could play at a 5.5, but what I don't like is like at long distance, I have a hard time staying right on them.
You gotta control it.
Like at
You don't have
stick tensions,
no. What do you call them?
dome, a dome top on the thumb
Yeah.
part,
What are they called?
concave dome. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah, but they're the longer ones.
Oh, yeah, I have the long ones.
Do you?
Mhm.
Oh.
I don't like the way they feel, and it's an awkward feeling for me, so I don't ever put them on.
So then you don't have them.
I have them. I just don't put them on my
Yeah.
controller.
So you don't have them.
No, I have them. They're just not on my controller. I have them.
And if he wants to, he could put them on his controller and use them.
Yeah, but he
right?
doesn't. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Okay.
No, you
He
didn't ask
doesn't
if I
have- he
use them.
doesn't-
You said, do I have them? I said,
Come
yeah,
on.
I have
Same
them.
thing.
No, hey, you know it ain't the same thing with Ernest.
It's the same thing. What I'm
'Cause
saying
he
is you
does
don't have
have
them
'em.
on the controller.
But if I said I don't have them, then
No,
that's-
but I'm
that
saying
lies.
the way I'm saying it is you don't have them on the controller.
No, I
Correct.
don't have them on the controller.
But he has
Okay.
them.
Okay.
But you didn't ask me on the controller.
Yeah, I did because I was putting on the joystick
Yeah,
thingy.
He
You were
thought
saying-
you were just
I
playing
was
with your
moving my
thumb,
thumb
man.
like
No,
a
yeah, I was like,
joystick.
well, I got some of those. I just don't use them. But anyways, at the
You should use
sensitivity,
them.
at that sensitivity, like across the map with like a carbon, I can stay like beam them, like fucking laser them.
Yeah.
I mean, like literally knock shields.
There's no aim assist in that game.
No aim assist.
Mm-hmm.
What's emesis?
The fuck is that?
Aim
Nemesis?
assist?
Aim assist.
Yeah.
Aim
I
assist.
I heard emesis.
Emesis.
There's
So
no
did
aim
I was like,
assist.
aim assist. What the fuck?
Sorry, man.
Do you mean
No.
embassy?
Aim assist.
Mm-mm.
Does it still sound like that?
A little
Aim
bit now that I
assist.
know.
Oh, you gotta-
It might be my accent.
He just came back from Mexico, man.
Right?
It's
It's
kinda
almost, well, no, it's like he's high and he can't. He's
Yeah.
saying the
Like
words really
lazy.
fast.
You
Yeah.
did blow a big old thing of
Mm,
smoke at my windshield.
With my window
At my
down.
window.
I mean, with my window up.
My window
That's
was up
pretty
too.
legit, dude. If your window was up and you got that shit out,
Two windows. It went through 2 windows.
Fuck.
But no, yeah, it doesn't have aim assist.
No, but I mean, I just feel like I can play it faster, but I don't
You're
know.
a pussy.
But being at the lower, it allows me just to stop right on them, man. And I don't have any left or right
Yeah.
tracking issues. It's just right on them, and I can laser.
I'm gonna laser you here in a minute.
I got the new Madden.
I thought you weren't gonna get it.
Nah, that was the other one. When we first talked, when you thought about which one to get,
Yeah.
and I got talked into it. And this can be the only game I get because I don't play 2K. The only time I'd play it is when we would play like on the same team, but I can't do that at my house because I get kicked from the internet. It's kind of gay.
You get kicked off of your internet?
Yeah, if I'm playing an online game against somebody,
Why?
Probably not good internet.
I guess not. But
Yeah.
it's
He lags out.
I guess so. But every other game, Rory I could play, Madden I can play, Call of Duty, Fortnite, play all of them online, and it would never get kicked.
That's weird.
And every time with 2K I get kicked. So
yeah, it could be the servers you're going through. Maybe they just don't like your connection. You
Probably
don't have
not.
A,
It's
you don't have a good server.
executive
connection.
producer of 2K Jay-Z, so he knows I'm a Pac fan, so he's probably got some little
Jay-Z, what a loser.
witchcraft on it, so I don't get good connection.
Yeah.
I always get good connection.
There was
Learn-
the-
Ready? Ready?
Yep.
Ready? Ready?
Nope.
Here we go.
Ready?
Nope.
Here we-
Nope.
it-
Nope.
What's up, everybody? We are back with another hard-hitting episode of From the Left Hash. I'm your host, JJ Torres, and to my right over here, drinking some Topo Chico.
Topo Chico.
Topo Chico.
Twist-
That's about as Mexican as I get right there.
I
Hey,
got
bro, are
the
you
best
Mexican?
outfit in
Fuck
the
yeah, I
South.
drink that Topo Chico. Shit. You know what color I am.
And then to my left, drinking a big-ass, what is that, like 60
Sweet
ounce?
tea or Dr. P.
44.
What is it?
Sweet tea.
Sweet tea?
Sweet tea.
Mm.
Olympia over here. My boy D.
I will answer to D. I don't know who this Limpy character is you speak of.
limpy.
Yeah, come on, man.
What's up, fellas?
Sweet tea will make you limp, dude.
Too much sugar.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
And then we got the producer Brandon over there on the ones and twos, chopping
Oh,
shit up.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. I had this camera set up, but it's all messed up now. So just
So it's not set up.
shit.
no. It's exactly.
Okay.
It's not set up.
Don't nobody need to see your ass anyways.
Hey
so it
man,
don't
I
matter.
got fans out there.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't-
He's
I
got
don't
all
think
kinds of
so.
Yeah.
fans.
Yeah,
No.
man.
Topo Chico.
Anyway.
What's
Isn't
going
that
on,
good
guys?
to drink
Twist
after
the line.
hangovers?
That's what they say, but I've
I
never
don't know.
liked it, dude.
No man.
can't
If you're ever out at a bar and you feel that you've had that one too many, get you a Topo.
Yeah,
It'll set you right every time.
I've never.
Every time.
I've,
Something about the bubbles, man.
I've tried to drink them, dude, but I can't do it.
Yeah, I was the same way. I
It's
had to
gotta-
drink like 4, 5 of them before I was like, okay.
It's
I
got a
can-
terrible fucking taste, dude.
Yeah,
Nah,
you
they're not
gotta
that
drink.
bad.
You gotta drink
They're
a
not
few,
that bad.
and then you start easing in. You're like,
I don't
okay,
know, man. You ever try them?
No, not that I can remember.
No, you're white. That's why.
Probably.
yeah. He sticks to the Perrier or fucking Dasani or something.
Perrier.
Like
No,
that.
I get the Walmart Sam's
the
Club
Waterloo
water.
sparkling water, the
Walmart-
LaCroix. He drinks the LaCroix. Fucking whiteys.
The crux.
I go to Walmart, man. I get that Sam's Club water. It's good. I don't
Yeah.
like Ozark or any of that other
I
stuff.
don't know nothing about Sam's water.
No.
What's up, man?
Oh, we're gonna be talking about some MLB tread day.
Tread
Deadline.
MLB treading.
Bro, I'm telling you, go
Fuck it,
talking
dude.
Spanish for a week, man. Fuck me up.
Oh man, that ring of smoke got through.
MLB trade deadline. Then some UFC 240 recap, and then the
One coming
fight
up,
night
right?
coming up this weekend. We're gonna say who won the Open champion. We're not gonna talk too much about it. Yeah, surprise, surprise later.
Who won? I forgot. I guess it was
Shane
very
Lowry.
Oh, that's
I
what.
will start with that. Shane Lowry won the Open. Well, I'm pretty sure it was Shane Lowry. Let me
No, that's
double
right,
check.
because he was Irish.
Yeah.
That's right. That was the whole big thing about him.
Yeah, you said Fleetwood was gonna win, right?
Yeah,
Dude,
and he
I thought
folded in this.
I
fourth.
thought Jordan Spieth was gonna make a
Oh.
run, man, because he was there after the first day.
After
Yeah.
second day too.
But
Yeah.
you know, somebody was breaking down his stats and said his stats Thursday and Friday are always good, but if you look at his stats on Saturday, Sunday, and they always go downhill.
Yeah,
man.
this year
Yeah,
they've
this year.
been
His worst stats
really
are on
bad.
Well, and
Saturday,
even
Sunday.
even if he didn't make the weekend, his Thursday would be good or Friday would be bad or vice versa.
Yeah.
Just enough to where he wouldn't make the cut. He was never. He hadn't been consistent.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just when you think, okay, Jordan, like you know, everyone thought, hey, Jordan's going to be in this one, and then he just kind of took a nap during the weekend.
Who's McVato?
Me, that's what they call me, disc golfing.
Why?
Uh,
'Cause you're a
because
homo?
Do you have
There's-
some like signature move you make when you do like a
No.
birdie or something?
I'm like, hey, no,
You sure?
because
Because you
it's-
started getting a smile when I brought that up.
it's no. I'm gonna tell you how it started. Because the guy I used to like playing was called Paul Macbeth. They called him McBeast,
Mm-hmm.
and he threw really far. So I started like throwing far, you know. So as soon as I started throwing far, it was like, hey, McVato's here.
Huh.
That's kind of where it got it.
I'm
Because
gonna-
I'm
I'm
Mexican
gonna call you
and
McHomo.
he's white,
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
it was McVato.
That's racist.
Also known as the Long Ranger.
That's why I
Because
don't
make
go.
long putts. I make long
Hey,
putts. all the
Vatos
time.
locos forever, Holmes.
Yeah. Mira. Tres puntos like spider. Arr! I'm the boogeyman.
That was gay. You did that, right? Yeah, so Shane Lowry won the Open champion. UFC 240 recap. man, I didn't get to watch them, dude. I was gonna try to stream them, but the internet in Mexico is just bad, man. I don't know what's going on over there.
I already forgot
Gotta
who
get
fought.
that fucking calling
I
card,
couldn't-
dude,
I
and
couldn't stream
set your
it.
shit up.
Oh, was that
No, I
Holloway?
had it, dude. I had it, man.
Holloway against Frankie Edgar?
Yes,
Is that the main one?
Holloway against Frankie Edgar was the main event, and then Cyborg, and I can't remember what the name of the girl who was fighting her.
Nunes?
No, it wasn't. Nunes.
Hey, is that
I
who
didn't
you were
watch-
thinking?
fucking watch it.
Last podcast you talked about, there was some chick, you thought it was Nunes just with her face busted up. Were you thinking about Cyborg? Because Nunes kind of did that to Cyborg afterwards.
Probably. I mean, she
What,
fucked her
busted
up.
her face up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
she fucked her up pretty
Probably
good.
so, man. I don't really
And I mean, it was Nunes that did. That's why I was thinking maybe you just got
them mixed up.
Yeah. Because I'll agree with Cyborg afterwards. She talked about, her fight with Nunes. Nunes connected. Cyborg just barely missed.
Yeah.
That fight could have went either way. I mean, maybe Nunes stands up more. Maybe she goes out too like Cyborg did. But it was inches.
They both
From
were fucking
being-
throwing bombs, man.
Yeah. Nunes just connected and Cyborg didn't. She seems very confident about the
What up,
rematch.
Jose? Yeah, man, we missed being here last week, dude. Well, I did. I don't know about these two sorry asses, but I missed it, dude.
Dude, I was ready to
Missed
go.
what?
Me and Ernest are ready to go.
Who?
You're the one that
Podcast.
couldn't be here.
Oh, the podcast?
Yeah, did you miss doing it? Not
Yeah,
doing
dude, I couldn't sleep that whole week, man. I was like tossing and shit, and I was like, Marty, it just ain't right. Something's
I was
missing.
talking to myself about a whole lot of
Fucking
sports stuff
liar.
going on.
Something's missing in my life, man.
You know, like that commercial with Colin Cowherd and Sterling or Shannon Sharp,
Yeah,
and that's what I was doing all week.
just talking in the mirror.
Talking in the mirror,
Yeah.
talking in the room, just talking to the TV, having a good old sports conversation.
Fucking weird. He's probably high half the time. You
Mhm.
probably do that
Yeah,
anyway.
he probably didn't even know it was himself. He thought someone else.
Right?
How the fucking,
When did
how
I
you
grow
get in
that
my
beard?
room? The fuck you want?
Where did I grow that beard, man?
Oh,
But yeah,
fuck
so yeah, 240. That's basically it. Cyborg won. Max Holloway won in a decision. They went 5 rounds.
5 rounds.
I heard it was a really good fight, man. Fucking sucks I didn't get to watch it because I love Max Holloway.
Dude, there
I
are
love
no
that guy,
bars or anything in Mexico with sports playing. I mean,
bro. It's like a straight
I don't-
fucking ranch, bro. There's
I don't
nothing
know.
there. I mean,
you can't
it's-
drive,
it's-
take a horse
it's-
to a bar.
It's so crazy. It's so, and Brandon, maybe you know a lot more about politics than I do, but it's so crazy about like how far that country is behind us.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's so weird. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how many times y'all been there, if y'all have even ever been there. But
no, I got
dude, there's like
reason to go down there.
been
where we
19
go,
years since I
is
was been down
no
there.
good water pressure. Like the water comes. I mean, it's like it's coming down, but
It's
it's
a trickle.
not. Yeah, it's like it's not even a trickle. It's more like a, you know how old people piss, like that kind of.
Oh man,
No, I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
yeah, man.
Like yeah,
sprinkler.
like a
So it's
sprinkler.
sprinkler.
So
Yeah,
it groans
kinda
a
like
lot and gets
sprinkler.
up a lot in the middle of the night.
Groans and farts in the middle of the piss. But yeah, so it's so
That's why
crazy.
you sit
dude.
down just in case.
the roads are. I mean, well, the highways are good. You know, traveling down there, the highways are really good because they're like toll highways. They make you pay for them, so those are good.
But once you get off, it's
Yeah, but once
probably-
you get off, and dude, driving down there, driving in the city is fucking crazy, dude. You got fucking. It's supposed to be 3 lanes and they make 5. I don't know how. Those fucking cars are all zigzagged, and I'm like, damn.
That's
dude.
what I've heard in like 5 o'clock traffic. Essentially, like there's a lot of
It's
traffic. Dude, it's insane.
It's crazy, man. You
Like-
have to know how to drive if you're down there,
Fuck
like,
that.
and you have to be on your P's and
And people
Q's.
are like aggressive about it too.
Yeah,
like
dude.
trying to like merge in and out. Like you just gotta fucking take it. I
Yeah.
guess, you know.
Roger says go to Monterrey, Mexico.
They match up good to Houston. Oh yeah,
Oh.
I don't.
good to know.
Maybe yeah.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, but it's crazy, dude.
So you were
I
down in
believe
Mexico. Did you see any of the concentration? I mean, the detention centers?
When I was passing by, I actually stopped and got out and went into one of the detention
No,
centers.
you didn't.
Picked up a couple kids and brought them across the border.
No,
with me.
you
Good
didn't,
for
because
you,
they
dude.
wouldn't have let your ass out of it.
Thank you.
Good for
No,
you.
I
They
did.
wouldn't have let you out.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
yeah.
Just like your idol
I had
AOC.
my U.S. passport.
She would be
with me
so
the
she would be
whole
so
time.
proud of you.
I had my U.S. passport with me the whole time.
Did you go play on one of those
No,
teeter
but
tots?
dude, it's
Did you
crazy.
see one?
It's
The seesaw?
Oh
What
yeah, I
seesaw?
saw that.
Did you
they
see
made
the
that in
seesaw?
fence.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
But
artist
dude,
are
it's,
making.
it's so crazy that how easy it is to go into Mexico, and then how hard it is to get back
to
in.
get back in.
Because
Yeah.
we went to we went through Colombia, which if you go through Laredo, it's at least a 3 or 4 hour wait. So we went through Colombia, which is a smaller bridge, but there were still people there. It was still an hour and a half to get in.
What do you mean? Like with your car? You got to go through a border
Yeah.
checkpoint?
Yeah.
So it's a long ass line. You're just waiting.
At every bridge, there's a checkpoint on the other side.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
And to go into Mexico, fucking 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Not even. Just fucking drive right through.
Hey,
So-
y'all want to go in there? Go ahead.
Yeah, I got stopped because they wanted to check my stuff. Because you pass through, it's like you pass the border, right, and you pass the river, go on to the other side, and then they have like lines there, and you just jump over, and if it gives you a green light, you go. If it gives you a red light, you pull over. Well, I got a red light, and I pulled over,
Oh, they found the coke in your
And,
butt.
Look at you. Look at you.
and then they all they said was ask me for my passport, and I showed them, and then they're like, okay, and then they just let me in.
Yeah, because at glance, they were like, look at this fucking Mexican trying to come over.
I don't know.
You ain't fooling nobody
Well,
with
no,
that
this-
Boston
probably
hat.
thought-
This
Well, they
was
probably
going,
thought terrorists.
this was going into Mexico.
Oh,
Yeah.
What are they trying to keep out of the U.S. and
drugs?
or keep
Fucking immigrants?
out of Mexico
I don't know.
from flowing from here?
I don't know.
That's
That's
weird.
true.
What are they
Fucking
trying to
polio.
White
and,
people.
there?
Polio and STDs.
Hey, there-
Excuse me. You're going the wrong way. You need to turn back. Go that way.
It's fucking crazy though, man. Like seeing all this shit, and then I was like, whenever we were on the bridge crossing, since we had to wait the whole time, I was like peeking into the river, see if
See
these
if you see
guys-
anybody.
Yeah.
Did you?
Nah.
Did you get your
Start
phone ready to take a
yelling out.
picture?
There
Start
was
yelling
there
out the
was
window.
there was an immigration, like a border patrol boat that passed by back and forth a couple times, but it's pretty crazy, man. But yeah, so let's talk about these MLB trades, man.
Well,
Let's start with the small ones.
The small ones.
Yeah.
Which ones would that be?
Zach Greinke to the Astros.
Yeah, that's pretty small. It's not
How's that?
significant at all.
I was about to say, I don't know much about MLB, but I was like,
Oh,
fuck, man.
That's a
If
fucking.
fucking Bryce Harper or somebody get traded
It's,
today, I
it's a
don't know
terrible
about.
trade, dude. I don't know why they did it.
Horrible.
I mean, all they want to do is turn another ace starter into an average one. Doesn't make any sense to me.
No, I don't. I'm confused.
No, man, it's a good trade for him, dude. I don't know how they keep pulling these trades for aces off, man. It's
And
crazy.
they didn't, without having to give up their top two prospects,
Yeah.
their top hitter and their top pitcher.
Yep.
And they gave up one guy that's. I mean, I'm laughing because he's having Tommy John surgery, but I mean, they gave up a guy that's not going to pitch for 2 years.
Yeah.
So you're really not losing anything. Your top pitcher is still a prospect. The guy pitching tonight, I don't think he's doing too well, but he's your number 2 prospect. You're gonna have Greinke and Verlander for next year with these two guys. I mean, it's already a good front four for next year because they're gonna lose Cole. They're not gonna have money for him. But for this year, those three in a series,
Yeah, because they're gonna have to pay one of the young guys, right? Who are they gonna have to pay? Position player.
Springer?
Well, no, Bregman they don't pay till next year, right?
They already
21?
paid Bregman last year.
Oh, did they?
He got signed like 5
I
years.
thought Springer's up.
Oh,
Springer signed a few years ago. I think got at least 3 or 4 more.
You think?
I think
Yeah. It might be
Altuve,
Correa.
if it's not this year, it's next.
Yeah,
Um,
they're gonna have to pay that dude big time money.
yeah, and I don't know that they will. I think they might let him walk.
Yeah.
I mean,
He gets
Without
hurt on and
him-
off.
he does.
Yeah, he
Without
does.
him this year, they were pretty much the best team outside of New York in the AL. You know,
Well,
you
I
could, you
think
could
they got
argue
the
which
best
one
record
was the
now.
best one. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying but before he came back, you had Bregman at
Yeah.
short.
It's kind of like
They brought up that Alvarez kid, and that kid, he's been a monster
Yeah.
for him. So
Yeah,
it's
he's been
almost like, hey,
smashing.
there's our first baseman. Gurriel's played good at third.
Mhm.
They just shown they can win without him. So if he wanted
Yeah.
a crazy contract, it's like, look, bro, you ain't been.
See you later,
Now watch
man.
him go off in the playoffs and really amp up his value.
Yeah.
Uh,
That
but
that's
that
a
pitching staff is nasty
yeah, man.
because they also got Aaron Sanchez and a relief pitcher from Toronto.
Yep.
And Sanchez
And Aaron
is
Sanchez
only
is
27.
nasty too, man. He's a nasty. He's
Yeah.
got some nasty stuff too.
2016, he was the ERA leader, I believe. Yeah, Houston. I don't know how they pulled it off.
Yeah. And then Bauer goes to
San Diego.
No,
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. Bauer goes to Cincinnati. That's a big time trade too, man.
Yeah.
Puig,
All the
Puig and,
all the pieces that moved.
yeah, Puig and a couple
Reyes.
other players. Yeah,
Reyes
Reyes
from
and
the
then,
Padres.
and then another one, right? There was one more.
I think a minor leaguer.
Yeah,
'Cause I think
he ends
Trammell ended up going to the Padres. He was a top prospect.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. That's a big time trade.
Yeah, and it helps Cleveland. Their outfield has been horrible hitting wise, and now they get two guys that are hitting 20+ home runs.
Mm-hmm.
And Puig, he always wants to kind of prove people wrong. And from what I was reading, Cincinnati really liked his teammates liked him.
Yeah.
He wasn't a cancer or a problem like he was in L.A. And if what they said was right, I think he was traded, and then he still got involved in that fight yesterday
Yeah.
when the brawl happened.
Yeah,
like-
I think they were announcing his trade while they were fighting, or it was like right before they were fighting. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, but
That fight
made,
was fucking great, huh?
yeah, that definitely helped Cleveland their race for a wild card, maybe even a division. But they can give them a little more offense, and they still got a damn good pitching staff.
Yeah, they
if
can
Kluber-
afford to give away Bauer.
If Kluber comes back healthy, which I think he threw like 45, 50 pitches the other day,
Mm-hmm.
you got the All-Star Game MVP, which I don't agree with, but Justin Bieber's cousin, Shane Bieber, Clevenger, and then Kluber. That's a pretty good 1-2-3 punch too.
Yeah. What?
Dude, Zillis.
Dude, Zillis said, "What's up?
What up?
What's
What
up,
up,
dude?" It just rolls off the
Sorry,
tongue, man.
dude.
What's up, dude?
So what do you think about your Red Sox not making any moves?
They haven't
Besides
any yet,
Cashner.
right?
Huh?
When is the trade deadline today?
Today? Is
The
it
end
over?
I
of
thought it was
today?
at noon.
3?
That 3?
3 today? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's when that Greinke game, everyone thought all the trades were dead. And then Castellanos or
Yeah.
something like that went to the Cubs. And then Greinke to the Astros were like one of them last minute
Yeah.
made
I don't-
known
I mean,
trades.
I don't know, man. Our bullpen just needs to get on, and getting a Valdi back is gonna help. And I guess they think that's gonna fix it. We still got Brian Johnson and Wright that's gonna come back too. So I don't know.
Maybe they just giving up on the year.
No, I think they're
Nah,
putting too many of their
we're still
eggs
there.
in the Evaldi basket, which
Yeah,
it could be
I
good
think-
or
I think
bad.
so
You just
too.
really don't know. They're going to make him the closer.
Mhm.
Everybody else fill out their roles. Cashner, he's going to be a guy that eats up innings for the rest of the season, and that's going to be good. He's not having a horrible year. He knows your division. If Chris Sale can pitch good and you actually get some offense, it
Well,
seems
our
like
offense has been going.
No, I'm
fuck-
saying
has
when
been
he
going
pitches,
off.
though.
Yeah, when he pitches.
then he's going to be the ace again. Rodriguez has been probably your most consistent pitcher.
Yep, he's been
Porcello
the best by far.
is
Price has been great too.
Price, yeah. I would go Erod, Price, Sale. And Sale, you look at his record, it's not great, but he doesn't have horrible numbers.
No,
He just loses games 4-1. Yeah, he gives up the home runs, but he's not getting run support
yeah,
from this offense that's the number one offense in baseball. It puts up 12 runs the night before, but then can put up 1 for him.
mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a case of bad luck for him, but he'd probably say he could pitch better.
I mean, they can easily go on a run, easy. Will they? I don't know.
Well, look what
We
y'all
just-
did. 3 out of 4 games from the Yankees and
Yeah.
2 out of 3 from the Rays.
Yeah, like Cora said, all we need to do is just get into the dance. That's it. So, and then we'll go from there. But the other one that I was surprised they didn't make any moves was the Yankees. The
Yeah.
Yankees didn't do anything either. I was surprised, man. I thought they would at least go out and get another starter.
Somebody.
Try to, yeah.
Even Stroman.
Yep.
That was the biggest surprise. As far as them not getting him. Because they need help starting pitching. That last week
Yeah.
against the Twins and the Red Sox, 2 possible playoff teams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're going to lose in 3 games. Get swept in the first round with their pitching. Maybe they're expecting Severino to come back and give them innings. Maybe they expect, I think it's Jordan Montgomery, one of the young prospects, to come back and give them some innings. But if you're counting on those guys instead of making trades,
Mm-hmm.
kind of in trouble. Kind of like Boston. If you're sitting there resting on Evaldi being your savior again,
And their offense has been struggling too since
Yeah.
since the All-Star break.
Mhm.
They've been struggling big time.
And
I
I think they just lost Voigt for a while.
Yeah, and I think Sanchez, which he's been one of their best hitters, and Sanchez is hitting like 111 since the All-Star break. So, I don't know, man.
They're not going to lose that division because
No, they're too far ahead.
Too far ahead.
Yeah.
And the Rays, I think the Rays aren't catching them. They're going to kind of be meddling in there for the wild card. Them, Oakland, Cleveland, and y'all.
Yeah. Hopefully we get that spot, man. One of those wild card spots. You know what I'm talking about?
I hear you, man, but I don't think y'all will because y'all suck.
I'm with Ernest.
Mm-hmm. I just gotta tell you, dude. I don't want to lead you on.
I just wore
cutting
this
down.
shirt just as a a little reminder.
Why are we talking about the
That's
past,
good,
man?
man. Yeah,
Just
I know.
saying. 'Cause
can
we're
live in
still
the past.
champs.
Why are you bringing up the past, dude?
Live in
We're
the
still the
past, dude.
champs.
It's
Live
not
in
like
your glory.
it's not like your last Super Bowl won in
thought-
'95.
I thought you'd be used to it as a Cowboy fan. You know.
That's what I just said.
Oh, hit the heart, dude.
But yeah. So
Dude, you might have just lost Daryl for the show, man. That was a fucking.
I'm
Red
not
Sox.
coming back.
Red Sox suck.
Yeah, the Rangers are
Astros.
doing great.
Oh, dude, it was a week before the All-Star break, man. That was a stretch against
Yeah.
good teams. Like that's gonna tell me where we're at. We didn't play worth a damn. It was like we're done.
Yeah.
And at the All-Star break, it's been even worse. I was watching the Oakland game the other night. Sampson was pitching. Apparently, before when they played against Oakland, Sampson stepped on Laureano's bat, and he got mad about that or something. Well, this game, Laureano hits a bomb, and he looks at Sampson, and he points at his bat and says, "You want to step on it now?" and like throws it on the ground and yells some other stuff.
That's what
And,
I'm talking about.
I think the bench is cleared or whatever. Well, I think it was a one-run game. Guy got on first, 2 outs before Laureano comes up. And this pitcher, he kind of reminds me of Pedro, the way his pitching style is for us. Throws one right down the middle, swings and misses. Next one's a ball. You hear the coach say, "Time!" Like you hear it on the TV. I was like, oh, shit. He comes out there with the catcher, says something, walks back. Next pitch, high and inside, misses him. Next pitch after that, beans him.
Mm.
And they had already both been warmed for that. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, well, I know what that coach said. No punches were thrown, but it was funny.
Is there an app available? An app available for what?
I think he's talking about the show.
Oh,
Raul, right now it's live on YouTube, but like tomorrow or
YouTube and Facebook, actually, right
Yeah.
now. We're doing both.
yeah.
both.
Right now
Double
we're live.
fisting over
Oh,
here.
Shit, yeah, that's how
Yeah,
I like
man.
a little DP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now we're live on Facebook and YouTube, and then tomorrow the audio will, or hopefully tomorrow the audio will be out on iTunes, Podbean, and Spotify.
I use Castbox. It has it too under the emergency
Exit podcast.
exit network.
Yeah.
And you can listen there at
Yeah.
work or in the car. Shit, while you're taking a shit, you can listen to us. We can go
Yeah.
anywhere,
I
man.
love when people
in the
listen
shower.
to us
Anywhere.
while
I
they're
like to be
taking a
taken
shit.
while you're in the shower. You can listen to me. Yeah.
No, I
No,
wouldn't
'cause you
recommend
can't
that.
really
That'd be
hear it.
dangerous. You can't hear in the shower. It'd be
Oh,
a little too loud because
My low tone, they can hear me in the shower.
It's more that they can feel.
Oh, I will tickle your eardrums.
hey, you just do all the ladies a favor and just do a into the mic.
Yeah, like
They're
Howard
just gonna
Stern.
put the speak. They're gonna sit on the speaker
Yeah.
when he's doing that.
My-
That's a great
Mhm.
fucking scene right
Yeah, it
there.
is.
That chick is so
Fucking-
hot.
What-
Private
what are we-
parts.
Oh, never seen it.
Howard
You've never
Stern.
seen it, Howard
Oh,
Stern? How do you know about that
no.
then? You know, you've seen
No,
it.
I
dude.
pulled that from my original mind.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, so yeah, man. So besides that, I mean, there haven't been too big of trades. Your Rangers got rid of one of their relievers, right, Martin?
Yeah. To the Braves.
Yeah,
And we got, from what I read, pretty good return for a rental.
yeah.
It was some left-hander that used to be a first-round pick. I think he's Rule 5, decent stuff. So as a left-hander, it's not a bad, rental.
Martin.
Yeah.
Hey, Daryl,
to the
you,
Braves.
you gotta. We gotta.
We got an
I
NFL question.
wonder if that's Spencer. Or not. No, that might be Derek. Anyway, we can talk about that when we get to football.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
we're ready to move on. You got any other trades you want to talk about? That's basically
Nah,
the
but-
big two,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There really wasn't nothing else.
No. I
Kinda
mean,
slow.
this is kind of
So around the football,
Braves
dude.
got some relievers. Nationals got some relievers. Helped the bullpen.
Yeah.
Thursday we got the the Pro Hall
Tomorrow.
of Fame
Hall of Fame
game.
game. Yeah.
Yeah.
It starts, my dude. It starts.
Nobody's gonna watch that. Are you gonna watch that I don't watch it.
Probably not, but
yeah.
I'm excited that football's fucking starting.
Yeah.
Football season.
Even preseason, dude. I'll glance at preseason.
I really only watched like the third one when the most of the starters play.
I just like to see just the teams out there. They're suited up. You know, it's
You just like to know it's football
it's
season.
the environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, dude, it started.
If I'm watching, I'll watch my team. I don't really care to watch much other preseason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because
Yeah, I
it's
don't
preseason.
And then you get hype and you're like, oh,
Yeah. What really sucks is when running backs
this guy
don't.
looked great.
When running backs don't show
Daryl
up to
is
camp,
my guru.
you still like
I'd
a
still
Zeke
like a
statement.
Zeke
well,
statement. Daryl
I
is
think
a-
he has
yeah,
to
That's a
there's not really much to say. He has to report by August 6th, period.
yeah.
Because if he doesn't, then this season won't account as an NFL season for him, no matter when he reports, even if he gets a contract.
From what I saw, the Cowboys are expected to pay him. You
They're
know,
gonna pay him,
I saw
too.
I saw they were gonna make him the highest paid running back.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know, because I saw a headline that said Jerry said we're not here to set the market with Zeke,
Yeah.
which
From
could
what
be
I saw
smokescreen too.
on-
So
Yeah, from what I saw on ESPN, that they were saying that they were gonna. Word is that they're gonna pay that dude
well, what
a
one
bucket
article I
load
was
of
reading,
money.
it talked about how in his contract, how he could be fined and all that stuff, being 2 years out. It's totally different than Le'Veon Bell's situation. It's even different than the Melvin Gordon situation
Mm-hmm.
because he has to report by that date, or basically it'll be a free season for the Cowboys, and he'll still be under contract for 2 more years
Yeah.
with them, even if he does get more.
Yep.
So I mean, that could
So bottom line, more than likely, he's going to show up.
he's going to show up.
He's not going to want to waste a year.
he just doesn't want to be at training camp, and he knows this is the way he cannot be at training camp. He knows the offense.
He's probably all fat.
What
What if he comes back all fat and shit like he did a couple years ago?
Well, he went to the same place. He went when he got suspended those 6 games to train.
Yeah.
He went to that same place, and they made some big deal about Orleans Darkwa, another running back down there training with him and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he just doesn't want to be at training camp, and he'll be back in time. I don't see why the Cowboys wouldn't pay him. But at the same time, it's like, Zeke, you got to prove you're worth being paid. Every offseason, there's something with you, whether it's warranted or not. I mean, the stupid thing with the security guard, that's just a dude being drunk.
Yeah.
But you're Zeke.
You
You're an NFL player, regardless of your name. You can't do that and not expect it. You're in the spotlight. You're going to be you want to get paid 45, 50, 60 million guaranteed.
Yeah, but
well, what if you do something next offseason and you're suspended for a whole year? How are we going to make that money up?
those guys still get paid though, man.
There's a lot of football players that keep themselves
up.
out of trouble, man.
Yeah.
I know.
You know, maybe it's difficult when you're that young and you got money and you got fame and you're a Cowboy player, but
He's
you would
a-
think
There's
he's
been
a
other
jerk.
young
yeah,
players, same situation, though, that didn't get into trouble in the offseason.
you would think at some point you got to realize your situation and be like, dude, I need to keep it low because trouble's fucking following me.
Well, what did you get suspended for? Allegedly, that whole situation with the female.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this whole incident, you're arguing with your female. And you didn't get physical, but there were times you would stand in front of her and people will look at that like, oh, you were resisting her wanting to go where she wants to go and, frown upon that.
Yeah.
So you're still in the same situation, and now you're bumping a security guard, which to me, I think he flopped too.
I
but
feel
whatever.
he's a liability regardless for the Cowboys. They signed him to a big contract. That dude hasn't proven that he can stay out of trouble.
That's where I think the Cowboys are all in the right. What is
This guy says he is a jerk for asking for a new contract outside 2 years. I don't know, man.
I mean, but honestly,
It's not.
It's setting a precedent. I mean, he's the first one to do it 2 years out because usually they wait till
yeah,
after.
But the way I look at it is these guys got to get paid as soon and as much as possible, especially running backs because
Yeah, they got
they're
a
on a
short-
short leash, man.
Yeah, well, and the way the NFL is set up, Dallas or any team, look at Pittsburgh with Le'Veon Bell. You pay him, I think he's supposed to make $5 million this year and maybe a little bit more next year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then the year after that, you franchise tag him so he gets 17. After that, you franchise him again, maybe it's up to 20. Well, now you've only spent $37 million in 2 years instead of giving him the 60 guaranteed right now. So that's the business side of it. So I
Yeah,
get
but
it.
also the business side from the player too is he could go out and fucking blow his knee out.
No, I know.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, I
And-
know.
And then his fucking career's over. So he's just trying to get paid.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with him trying to get paid. I just don't think he's in a great situation because of him being 2 years out, the way the contracts are set up,
Yeah.
and the fact that he has to report, like I said, by that date, or he doesn't get this season doesn't count.
Yeah.
So
But-
you're putting yourself in a corner, Zeke, because Dallas holds all the cards.
Yeah.
Right now, yeah. Yep.
But to me, they're two different runners, man. Zeke's doing what he's doing behind a great Dallas offensive line.
It used to be great.
I still think
It's
it is.
great.
It's decent.
It's good. It's better
So
than
who's
decent.
to
Maybe
say-
not
It's,
great.
it's,
It's
it's
not
really,
maybe
it's,
not great.
it's a
It's
really good
good.
offensive line, but
And
it's
we have
not
more
great
depth.
like when
Yes, I
when
would
they
agree
had
with that.
everybody.
But who's to say that another running back can't do as good behind that line?
They've shown it. I mean, when Zeke was out,
When Alfred Morris came
yeah,
in, and
Alfred
that's why
Morris
they
fucking
that's why they went and signed Alfred
dude.
Morris.
You put anybody behind that line, they're gonna put up 1,000+ yards easy.
So if Alfred Morris comes in with all this shit with Zeke and he shows out,
well, they already.
then what's
signed
the
him.
incentive to pay Zeke at the end? Be like, dude,
That's just a safety blanket, dude. You're still gonna
because
want
he's
to pay
your
that
guy.
guy.
Because
Yeah.
he's your guy. It's the same reason you'd pay Tom Brady or Breeze or Kamara or
But you put-
Adrian Peterson back in the day.
well, I understand
or-
Tom Brady and Breeze, but I don't put Zeke on the level as them.
Well, then go to all the running backs. The same reason you would pay Adrian Peterson if he was doing this back
Le'Veon Bell.
in his situation. Le'Veon Bell.
but Le'Veon Bell did his great stats not behind a great
No,
Pittsburgh
they
Steelers
it
were-
was
line.
a
they were
really
pretty
good
good,
offensive line.
and he had a better quarterback.
Yeah, it
So
was
I mean
a really
that
good offensive
would also
line.
ease it
Yeah.
up a little bit.
Running back by committee comes into play. Yeah, but Zeke's not one of those guys, man. Zeke, you could fucking run out there for 3 downs and not take him out of the game.
Well,
You
it
know
depends
that's what brings his volume up
how
or his value.
I agree. And going to the
And
running back
he's
committee,
one of the only backs that can do
is
that.
how is your offense structured?
Yeah.
Do you have the quarterback that can throw the ball between 30 and 40 times with this running back by committee and still get the win?
Yeah.
The Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Phillip Rivers,
Yeah.
those guys. I don't see Dak being that guy.
Mm-mm.
He is best, and I think the stats show it, off play action. He's maybe not best, but he's really good off play action. That's where he does his most damage.
Yeah, when
you
Zeke's
have a
running
running
the ball
back
is
like
when he
Zeke,
plays good.
Yeah. When you have a running back like Zeke and you can take that pressure off, it's going to open up. It's going to open up the Coopers and the Gallups and the Cobbs and even Witten, you know,
Yeah.
because now you're not going to have 9 people in the box.
I don't know
or
about
8.
Witten, man.
He'll be open for some first downs, man. Oh
For
man,
some first
man,
downs.
Witten's still going to
5
have
yards and fall.
First
Hey,
and third.
if it's 3rd and 4, hell yeah, 5 yards.
5
in the fall.
yards
That's
and
all we
fall,
need.
boy.
That's all we
Uh,
need, man.
Michael Thomas, man, another dude got paid big
So-
time, dude. 100 million for 5
Hold-
years.
let me get one more question out on Dallas.
Oh shit.
Hold the fuck on.
Hey, yeah, we can keep
What
talking
is-
about Dallas. Let's
What
go.
is paying Zeke now a big contract? How does that affect Prescott? Because isn't his contract coming up?
I think it just affects the numbers as far as salary cap, what you wanted to do the rest of this year
Yeah.
and the first year of a Dak contract, a Cooper contract, a
All
whoever else you want to pay next
So
year.
they- if
All
they-
that money could be moved around.
Because
Okay.
it can, but it also it can mess with your dead money and all that
Yeah.
stuff and put you in a bind. Whereas like Zeke is okay. Let's say next year, let's say he just goes through this year, doesn't get paid, or he signs an extension going to next year. Well, next year he'd only be about whatever the 5th year option is. I don't know what it is. Let's just say 10 million. Well, he wants to be paid a lot more. So that's 9 million. Let's say it's 19 million. He wants paid that much per year. That's 9 million you're taking away from Cooper or Dak just in that year. Just messing with the salary cap because these guys think about the salary cap about 5-10 years out. Just kind of looking at where it could be and how you structure all your guys' contracts so you can fit them under.
You can be a pocket passer without a ground game.
Damn, can I be a pocket passer? That was
Right?
a good time for it because we were all excited to read that. That was great.
You can be a good pocket really good. I mean, Peyton did it for a long time. I mean, he had a couple good running backs, but it wasn't nothing.
He didn't win until he got Edgerrin James. That could actually
Yeah, but after Edgerrin,
round out the game. Oh, I know, but I mean,
you had a die that was decent, but after a die, I mean,
yeah. Well, no. I think you can be a good pocket passer without a ground game.
yeah.
I mean, you may not win many games.
Tom
but
Brady too.
Tom Brady did it. They never had a
For-
stable one.
You know,
That was always rotating.
Yeah.
But that's the
Well,
GOAT,
the
so
last,
it's a little
but in the
different.
last few years, they've gotten better at having an actual ground game.
yeah,
Yeah, with
I'd agree
Sony
with that.
Michelle and some of the other. But for
Well,
a while
Sonny
there,
Michelle was just last year.
yeah, for a while there, it was like Blunt and fucking.
Yeah.
No, no, and Deion Lewis. No,
Yeah,
that's
they were
why.
just kind of rotating. You're
That's
like,
why the big argument, or not the big argument, but one thing I heard the local radio station talk about, like in comparison with Dallas, do you pay like a guy like Zeke they were comparing the Patriots Super Bowl against Seattle. And, like, look at Marshawn Lynch's contract. And for that same amount, you got New England over here with Garrett Blount and Deion Lewis.
Yeah.
You know, and it's really just kind of how your offense is built. If you can do that, that might be the way to go. And you spend money on the defense or offensive line or whatever.
But you also had a young Russell Wilson. You weren't. I mean, it wasn't the Russell Wilson that they
You
have
can't
now. You know.
compare the other side. You got Tom Brady and Edelman. And
Well, no. But they're just saying, like, the difference in paying a running back that much when you could still have the ground and pound and the scat back, you know, in two different receivers,
For
two
less.
running backs for less than you're paying one
Yeah.
guy. That was just kind of.
yeah, I'm saying, but in Patriots it would work because you got Brady and you got
Yeah.
the receivers he has that made that
Well, it works,
combination
yeah.
efficient.
It worked for some. It doesn't work for others.
Exactly,
Like
you
Phillip
can do it for
Rivers,
others.
Phillip
Yeah.
Rivers, it would work.
Yeah.
I think an Eli Manning back in the day, it could work. Those are quarterbacks that could make that happen.
Yeah.
Because the Giants, when Eli won it, it was based on defense, but they had two running backs. You know, Jacobs and
Dude, Brandon Jacobs. You remember
Barber.
how big that dude was?
Yeah.
Fuck.
so. I mean, it wasn't. They didn't just have one guy. It was a
Fuck tackling that
committee.
guy. Yeah, 100 mil, 5 years. Michael Thomas, big time.
That's
dude.
crazy, dude. Well
That
worth
guy's
it,
a really
man.
good receiver.
That dude's
man.
a monster.
Really
Well, and
good.
they did it fast enough.
And they said
Got it done quick, so
he's
you
got
get in camp.
he's made the most catches in the first 3 years of his career than anybody ever.
I believe it.
It's crazy.
That dude's.
I didn't know nothing about him. Like, I remember the draft, seeing Michael Thomas,
Yeah.
Ohio State go to New Orleans. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, not thinking, you know, this a few years later. But he's a pretty good receiver.
Yeah, Dak needs a lot of help, man. A lot of help to be successful.
A lot of it's just
Daryl's
him.
like,
Well, no,
I
a
don't
lot
know,
of it's
man.
just him making better decisions
Yeah,
and completing those long completions.
but
when the
that's what I'm
guys are
saying.
open.
Without an offensive line like that, and without Zeke, he's not very good.
Well, that was proven the 6 games.
Yeah.
Zeke was out. Tyron Smith got hurt.
Yep.
You know, we got bum rushed. And
So if,
Atlanta
if
kicked
Dallas
our
doesn't
ass.
do good and Prescott doesn't finish with a good QBR, right? Do y'all sign him?
I don't know.
Or do you
I
start
don't,
I
looking
think they're
around?
gonna sign him before
I
this
don't
season.
even pay attention
I'm waiting
to
for
QBR.
Cowboys merchandise to go on sale.
I think
Good
the
luck
plan
with
is.
that.
I
Jerry
think the
ain't
plan
dropping that
is.
price at all.
I think the plan is to have him signed before.
Yeah.
But if not, I mean, that's why I would not be surprised if none of these contracts got done. We go into the season, everyone playing on their last contract, because you got to look at it from management perspective. If we suck and Garrett's gone, well, what if this new coach comes in, doesn't want Dak, and you just paid him
Doesn't want Zeke.
$200 million, doesn't
Yeah.
want Zeke, doesn't want Cooper, wants his own guys. Well, now you're back in the salary cap hold that you had, you know, during the late 90s, early 2000s, because you overpaid guys and did stupid moves. Well, now you're back there again when you tried so long to get out of that, and you're actually in a good position.
So you're saying they're gonna pay Prescott, they're gonna pay Zeke.
No, I'm
and
saying
they're-
if they don't do
and they're
that.
gonna keep Garrett.
I'm saying if they don't. No. Garrett could still be gone. I'm saying I would not be surprised if they just rode out the season, everybody playing on the last year of their contract, see how the season turns out.
And then make the big
They
decision.
make the decision because you're either going to bring Garrett back or you're not. If you don't bring him back, what if Sean Payton doesn't want Dak Prescott?
It's most definitely the smarter
Sean
thing
Payton,
to do.
get out of here.
It's the smarter thing to do, I think.
Yeah, but are they going to do that? Or are they going to pay one of them? You know, if you extend Zeke for 3 years and you give him decent money, well, then you got this year, next year, which you would have been under contract. You give him 3 more years of decent. I'm pretty sure whatever coach comes in will want that.
Oh, I'm getting a headache.
Because you're talking about loveliest, best team in the world. Hey, Ernest asked a question. I was just
Oh
answering.
yeah, I'm sorry. I thought this was a sports talk show, man. We were just talking sports. My bad.
It is, man. That's why we
We can't
shouldn't
bring
be
up
talking about
J.J.
the
Watt
Cowboys.
because I think one person in this room likes him.
Watt. Yeah, Brandon's the only guy that likes him.
Yeah, dude. Getting
Oh
a
yeah, I
fucking-
love the guy. Love him. Love him.
Stiffy
Love him.
over
He's
there.
the best.
He's the best. Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Phony.
All right, I won't ask no more Dallas questions. Where are we going from here?
that's all we got, right? For
I don't
football, what else?
We
Melvin
talking about
Gordon.
Michael Thomas getting paid. Y'all got anything else on that?
Oh, Melvin
mean,
Gordon.
how
You
much
think he
sense-
needs to be paid?
Melvin Gordon should be paid. That dude's been a fucking workhorse, man.
He's in a worse situation than Zeke, even though he's in a better, he has legit reason to be in the last year of his contract.
Yeah,
But San Diego has 2 capable running backs that they could win with. without him. Whereas Dallas, they need Zeke. They can't really. I mean, yeah, Alfred Morris is going to help and be good, but he's not Zeke. He's
Yeah,
not
he's
going to
gonna be
bust off a
decent.
60-yard run
Mm-hmm.
or an 80-yarder off a screen.
He's not gonna be the game breaker they need.
If Prescott was better, man, you wouldn't need a Zeke. Wait,
But yeah, Melvin Gordon. They gotta
Pay
pay
him.
that guy, man. I mean, they don't have to, but at least trade him. Fuck.
Yeah, I think that might be what happens.
Yeah, him get traded.
I don't think they should, but I don't see him paying them. I mean, he's even kind of been banged up. his
Yeah, a little
career.
bit. Yeah.
I mean, they hadn't missed extended amounts of time, but games here and there. And he's a smaller back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just
Can't
good
wait,
talking
man.
about football.
Next week we're doing our fantasy breakdown. We were supposed to do it this week, but I'm still recovering from my Mexico trip.
Fantasy Shakedown. That's what we'll call it.
Is that what we're gonna call it? Fantasy shakedown.
Fantasy
Fantasy Shakedown.
Fantasy Shakedown.
Yeah, that's gonna be next week. So
Hey, get on that fucking intro, Brandon.
If y'all are, no, not right now.
I'm marking the time of you saying that right now.
Play it
so.
back.
So if y'all are in fantasy leagues and stuff, and y'all want to listen to, I mean, we're gonna have some sleepers, we're gonna have some studs that we're just gonna talk basically fantasy football.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever you
lot.
can think about, we're going to talk about it.
that's right.
Have any
Ernest might not
questions?
be here.
I might not be here. Depends on, fantasy football. I mean, I come in like top 3 every year, but,
Yeah.
I don't like
He's
to
scared
talk-
to give away
He
some
try-
of
he
his
try-
secrets.
he-
I don't like
he
to
tries
talk
to act like he
stats.
doesn't know much.
I don't like. I may know
Just don't
some
tell him
stuff,
somebody
but
you're thinking about getting because he'll draft him.
Yeah,
I
ain't no lie.
I don't like talking stats and shit like that. But maybe I'll just give some bullshit picks, man. Hey,
Why would you do that? Then they're not gonna trust us.
well, they trust you guys. Nobody said you gotta trust me, dude. Don't trust me.
Anyways,
Maybe Ernest can give his undraftable players. Guys he's not going to draft.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
it just,
y'all do
he doesn't like
sleeper
them.
studs and I'll do duds. Sleeper studs and duds.
hey, dude, we didn't talk about that Cincinnati fight, the Cincinnati and Pirates fight.
No, we didn't talk too much about
That
it.
shit was awesome. Did you watch it? Or can you pull that up, Brandon, or
I
no?
didn't fucking
You busy
watch it.
watching the debate?
I'll see what I
over
can
there?
do. I'm about to, but yeah, I'll see what I can do. in the
Gay ass
meantime.
debate.
What, you don't like America?
What was it? A
Because
fight,
I said
baseball,
gay-ass debate.
Cincinnati.
Pittsburgh.
Cincinnati Reds and Pittsburgh Pirates.
July 30th.
Yeah. You don't like America?
I
Or what?
love America. But
What-
I don't
what's-
like debates.
What's
They're
your
stupid.
problem, man? Why?
Why are you trying to start
People
stuff?
tell-
You the one that went to Mexico. What you plotting over there?
Oh, dude, I'm planning all kinds of shit.
I know you plotting. Look at E. He's silent. I know he's plotting.
I was
He's
thinking
probably thinking about what he's going to eat when he gets
What were you
home.
thinking?
that the only baits I like is the master baits.
The only
Hey,
Crickets.
you got crickets right there, don't you?
yeah, I'm not gonna hit it though.
You should have hit it. That would
You should have hit. That's my quarterback.
No.
That would have been a perfect time.
It's my quarterback.
I don't watch debates either. I don't want to hear people fucking
Argue?
argue
That's all we
back
do.
and forth. Yeah, but it's
That's all we
funny. It's
do.
funny when we do it. When when the political parties do it, it's not funny.
Oh, you gotta rewind it, bro.
I think it'd be more. I think it'd be funnier if they could curse at each other
Look
and
at
be like,
this.
"Well, fuck you,
Look at
you
this.
stupid bitch."
It's so crazy. I wish you would have gotten the longer one, but it's
What are they fucking fighting about to begin with? Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. He just ran up to
He
him.
went into the crowd. He wasn't scared.
no. That's a big dude though,
Yeah,
man.
he
He's a
was.
big dude.
He ran up there and just popped his ass. Said for the hood,
So
homie. For the hood.
so
Come on. I got traded. I ain't got nothing to lose. Come on.
is there a From the Left Hash League for your fans to join? Yeah, we're actually gonna do a league, and then we're gonna either make some shirts or give away. We're gonna give away something to the winner, whoever wins. Maybe top 3 will get some shirts or something like that.
I'll give out a hug. I'm good with that.
Ain't nobody fucking want to hug.
You
from
don't know
your
that.
ass.
No,
It-
I'm pretty sure nobody wants to hug you except for Marty. So you do have one listener.
Yeah. So supposedly this happened. Dietrich.
Yeah, the
That's
dude.
how you say it, right?
Or Dietrich or something.
Yeah,
like that.
something like that. He was hitting for the Reds, and they threw one over his head.
Is this just still retaliation from his
Yeah.
stare down back in April?
Yeah, so they threw one over his head, and then Cincinnati didn't like it too much, and they ended up coming back and hitting one of the Pirates. I can't remember who they hit, but the pitcher ended up getting thrown out. And then this guy comes in, and he got one out, and then he got a home run hit off of him. And then right there, he had gotten another out where the guy running to first, they hit a little dribbler to second, and he tossed it to first, right? And then he goes back to the mound, and then the guy who's third in command, because their manager got thrown out, and then their second manager got thrown out whenever the Cincinnati
pitching or
Reds
hitting
pitcher,
coach, something.
yeah, he ended up getting thrown out because the guy hit him. Whenever you hit somebody in retaliation, now they throw the pitcher out and the acting manager. So the third manager went out to the mound, and they're just talking, dude. And all of a sudden, you just see this dude getting heated, like for no reason, just yelling at the guy. And then he just takes a couple looks over at the Pirates. I guess they were chirping too, and he fucking just runs at him, dude. Takes the whole fucking team on by himself.
He looked at the coach because the third base coach for the Pirates, you could see him kind of running in. He
Yeah,
wasn't going to
dude.
get in the way, but it looked like he wanted to try to be the mediator. And the pitcher kind of, you could see he kind of looked at him like, nah.
Yeah.
And I don't know who it was, but he decked somebody pretty good. That first
Yeah,
shot.
he hit a couple guys. Yeah, it was a good fight, man.
But yeah, that's
It was a good
ballsy. I mean, he
baseball
went and
fight.
took the team on. He wasn't scared.
No.
It's like, I'll charge y'all.
Yeah, it was good, dude. That was legit.
What?
Look,
what?
like he's just
what?
sitting there
What,
like
bitch? What? Say
I don't know
what?
what he's doing. But he's like talking shit the whole time.
What?
And he's like
Oh, now you
finally
want
he's like,
some?
no,
Now you want
fuck all
some?
this
Okay.
shit, man.
Yep, we're going.
But I mean they basically did it because the guy threw at his head. I mean, I don't know if he was throwing at his head, but you know that's where the pitch went.
Yeah.
So
Well, if it's that high,
That's great, man.
they're throwing at the head.
yeah.
That's the only, we always talk about the unwritten rule and all that stuff in baseball. That's the one thing we're gonna